All right. Welcome to the Dragon's Tome. I am your host, Chopper. This week, joined by Rob and Jack. Say hi, guys.
Hey
Hi
guys.
guys.
We're Dragon Magazine number 207 today. What month is this?
July 1994.
July 1994. What were you guys doing in 1994?
High school still, I think.
Working?
High school.
No, I think we're still in high school. We're still in high school, I think, Jack. Maybe just first year out. Maybe my year off between high school and college.
Your gap year?
Yeah, I think 93
Yeah, it could
we
be.
got out.
Yeah, could be. The cover's by Don Clavette.
Oh, that. And
it's-
this is his sister.
Yeah, it's a C-store.
I've read that part. I like it.
I like
Have we just seen a Don Clavette cover before? I don't even know.
the name doesn't ring a bell. I like the dragon in the crystal ball.
I do too. I don't know if it's a skin, but that one arm holding the crystal ball gets really washed out in that white in the background.
Yeah, this scan, I think, because even her chin and her neck kind of get washed together a bit. I think it's
Yeah, it does her no favors.
The question is, do you think that she was all telling her friends, "Look at me, I'm on a cover of a magazine"?
matters her age.
Nerd magazine.
If she's a teenager, I'd say no. She'd probably hide it so that she's not embarrassed. But if she's an adult, maybe.
She's probably
It's something to be
proud
proud
of her brother, who's an accomplished artist.
Yeah,
I would
say
hope
that
so.
too.
I would hope she would be. She poses for him, so obviously she's into it. So
Yeah, well, yeah, she's. I guess in the caption or in the not the caption, but the description in the table of contents. I guess she's modeled for more than one picture for him. So,
yeah, she said this is the first time they're on the cover though.
oh, look at that! This action painting was done in '92. He put the year next to his name.
So it's 2 years
So
old.
2-year-old painting.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's move on. Rob, would you like to talk about the editorial?
Would I? Would I? Yes, I would.
It's your friend Dale.
Page 8. This one's actually kind of useful. He talks about how you kind of skip the journey a lot of times. You're like, well, you got to go to this mountain. Okay, 10 days travel, you're at the mountain. And he said the journey could be the adventure also, which is obvious, but he says a lot of ways that you can add excitement to the actual journey by getting lost, your transport breaking down, random fights, ambushes by the big bad guy. And he has other ideas that he quick hits, like chases, running out of supplies, running into allies, weather, things like that. And it's a good point. Like I think once again, this is something that people do now. It's just kind of what you do is when you're traveling, things happen. But I think back in the day, it was more of a get to the adventure, not.
Yeah, I felt. I guess this would be my experience. I don't know what you guys or anyone else that's listening. But anything that was like a module, a pre-made module that you could buy, you kind of rushed through the to get to the beginning of the module so you could start playing. But when we were playing homemade campaigns, homemade adventures, that didn't happen as much.
Well, for Jack's adventures, it is all the journey. It's all about the journey.
It's all about the journey.
Half the time, you don't know what the destination is.
So I don't know how you feel. I know you guys. I think you guys are notorious for not playing a lot of the pre-made modules in the beginning.
I
But
probably
we
played
were
a handful, if that.
yeah we played a lot of them, but that was in the beginning too, when back in the '80s. But when we started playing in the '90s, when Tony was doing his other homebrew, we spent more time on the travel, getting to where we're going, than we would if we did a prepaid module back in the day. So I wonder if that's more you just trying to get to what you want to play as opposed to a continuance of the whole game itself.
It's funny. I was just thinking. This is very D&D thing, AD&D. Like you think of Cyberpunk or something, you never think about the journey amongst the city. You just kind of go to where you're going in the city,
Yeah,
right?
well, because you can hop in a plane and you're there in
Or you
4 hours,
can.
unless something's going to happen in that plane.
No, I'm saying even within the city, you could play it out like you're driving to somewhere. You get jumped by a booster gang or something. You know, like there's things you could do, but
Yeah.
you just never think of it. Once again, it's funny how it's different when you're in a fantasy setting. It's much more natural to be jumped by a bunch of ogres or goblins or something in the forest, where you could easily do that in Cyberpunk. And the video game kind of does that. Like you'll be just driving, and all of a sudden there'll be a gang fight happening, and you get caught in the crossfire, or you end up helping them, or like things like that happen randomly in the game. But yeah, it's funny how you don't think of it in sci-fi or modern games as much as you do in fantasy. I don't think about the journey.
I'm trying to think. In Star Wars, you just kind of go. You never when you're on a pair patrol. You just kind of fly.
Like actually, I think he gives an example about a Traveler game where they were fighting, and they just as they were jumping, their engines got damaged, and they got flung out into some random place, and they had to find their way back, Voyager style, and it was just like, yeah, it just happened, and he said it was just a random event that happened that ended up being a huge adventure. I'm trying to get back to the adventure because they got flung to the far reaches of the universe. it's that kind of thing's kind of fun too. So he does give a sci-fi example, which is kind of funny in Traveler. Once again, though, like you say, if you're in a plane or something, unless the plane gets hijacked or something, you know, or gets shot down, or which happens a lot. You like a lot of movies that happens where the inciting incident happens while you're traveling somewhere on a plane. So you could definitely put it into modern games or sci-fi games. It seems to lend itself much more. Maybe once again because of Tolkien and the whole walking to Mordor. It is all the journey.
Well, a lot of shit happened on the walk to Mordor, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's my point. Like that was the whole adventure was the walk. So
it is the inspiration that is, epic stories for fantasy, whereas sci-fi is often movies, and movies don't spend too much time.
Point.
They've got an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's 3 hours, but at the time, an hour and a half. You get in, you get out. Unless there's a little character development, you're not going to be sitting in a taxi, just like.
Yeah, that's the only time you have any kind of travel scene is when they have to talk about the plot or talk about like you say, character development or have some quips amongst themselves. That's the only time you get travel scenes. You get chases. You get chases and things like that, but that's usually not journey chases. They're part of the mission chases.
Right, right.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's where it comes from, because fantasy definitely comes more from literature, where sci-fi, there is a lot of sci-fi literature, but even you read cyberpunk, like any of the cyberpunk novels, like they don't talk about the journey that much. It's all about getting there and doing the stuff, right? So
yeah,
it's almost more action oriented, I think, sci-fi than fantasy is. Fantasy is much more about the environment, I think, maybe. It's interesting. It's an interesting concept. If anybody has any suggestions of sci-fi novels that is more about the journey, please comment below.
All right, Jack, what do you got?
What do I have? If we could go to page 33 in the PDF.
No, that's one of mine.
Trifling treasure.
I knew someone else was going to take it because it's right up
charts.
For me, this is the lived-in world stuff that makes making an adventure fun and playing an adventure fun, where it is just ordinary objects, and it's just tables. We love our tables. But it is things that you would find, say, if you're pickpocketing, or if you just wanted to populate a room that the characters were investigating. It's everything from like scraps to interesting, could be plot hooks, to little minor treasures.
Yeah, or even red herring stuff to make your overthinking party drive themselves crazy.
And I'll say it's laid out fantastically. The charts are in one column, the kind of preamble, and then the almost justifying why you would need this, when it's very clear. It's pretty dope. It was a fantastic article, and one that I would probably have pinched wholesale.
100%. My only add to this is, why was there a Shadowrun trademark thingy at the end of this article?
Really?
On page 36 under the cryptic notes chart.
Did they mention Shadowrun?
Shadowrun is a trademark of a Facet Corporation. Yeah.
They must mention it somewhere in there.
I looked. I
Oh
couldn't
yeah,
find
yeah
it.
they do. They say though intended for fantasy games, a little convert to top secret SI game or Shadowrun game.
Well,
Okay.
I must have missed it.
It's
Oh,
at
there
very,
it
It's
is.
at the very end of the actual article.
All right. That's why it was there. I just
Yeah.
thought it was weird that
They
got
always-
randomly thrown in there. I was
They
like-
always have
and I
to do
could-
that if any
Well,
of them's
I
mentioned.
think my point was, my problem was I was looking at the charts like they were something you could add to Shadowrun in the charts.
Well, they're saying with the simple modifications you could, but I'd like to see like a Cyberpunk or Shadowrun version of these. That'd be fun.
It wouldn't be hard to do.
Yeah.
No,
Honestly.
and I'd be surprised if it doesn't happen.
Oh, I'm sure you could look online, and there's probably 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. There
Now-
might even be one in one of the runner handbooks or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else to add? Nobody?
No, it was short but sweet, and
Just a great
We've
article.
had articles like this before, but they're always fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, then let's go to my article. Let's go to page 27. Paper prosperity. This is basically an article of talking about treasures made from paper. While it's not a real novel idea, it does seem like it's an idea that's never really used, as far as I can remember, in my game experience. No campaign I've ever really seen or read has a place that uses paper money, so I guess that's why you don't see a lot of paper treasures other than scrolls,
Yeah.
because everyone deals in standard metals, so to say, you know. But in the example of the thing, he uses stamps as a way to. I mean, back in the day, stamps were still. I think stamps are still fairly a good way to invest money in. Depending on how old you are, but it's not so far fetched. It's something like stamps could hold some value in whatever kingdom. But even more so, I think, would be the more ever popular bank heist loot, the paper bond. Remember, like you can make a kingdom that has like these paper bonds that are worth a lot of whatever, thousands and thousands of gold, and
Wow.
and
That's why paper
and
money was
so-
invented, right? Because the
Yeah.
gold was too heavy to carry, so you started
yeah.
carrying paper.
I mean, I don't
identifying
think
as
it's
gold.
too far fetched to use that idea as far as paper money or some kind of paper value of some kind of document or whatever.
Even documents, like you could have like deeds to places, or
Yeah. So, it's, like I said, it's not a novel idea, but it does seem like it's an idea that's not very used. So I
well,
really
it's one of those
enjoyed
things
this
where it
article.
just it sparks a little something in your brain, right? You're like, oh, maybe I
Yeah.
could throw something in there. It's one of those
Exactly, and-
articles that it's not that useful, but then again, it just sparks something in you that you're like start thinking about it, and you're like, oh,
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's not. I mean,
Yeah.
it's exactly what you said. It is. It's an article for you to think and like, huh? Yeah, well, I could have done that instead, or I could do this instead.
Mhm. Make it a little more
So-
interesting, more
Yeah.
unique. Your world.
So, I think it's a great idea. Article is basically is what it comes down to. So, different things you can do. I do like the idea of a paper bond in a fantasy setting. Something that only the nobility.
That's
can
just money.
use.
That's just cash
Yeah.
money, man.
Yeah. So
Cash money. I wonder when cash money started. I wonder where. Probably, I would assume Rome. That would be my guess, but
well, yeah. Rome standardized their coins, though, didn't they?
I'm curious where it became like, well, I don't want to carry coins around. I'll carry a bond that represents my coins. You know,
Yeah.
it's interesting. Yeah.
I'm gonna guess it before paper. It was probably clay tablets. It was probably some cuneiform
Even back
or
then, yeah.
some sort of like
There was
hey,
always a way to keep track of money.
this something like that. I'm no historian, but that's
He's no
Yeah.
hysterical.
Well, if anyone's
am
a historian
hysterical.
and knows in the history of money or whatever, chime in what you would do as far as paper stuff is concerned. All right, we're back to the top here. Rob, where are we going?
Let's go to page 10. So first quest again, but this time it's David Zebcook, one of the mainstays. Zeb feels old talking about his first gaming experience. He doesn't really remember it because it's so long ago. Yeah, but he does say 20 years ago he got invited to play D&D, and he had a series of dwarves named Fred. Eventually, he had to put numbers after him because there were so many of them, and they kept dying, but he kept persevering until one of the Freds lasted a little longer. And he said early RPGs were just fights, not much RPing. It was just like, yeah, you go into a dungeon, you fight it out. Eventually, supplements came out that explain the outside world, like Greyhawk and what's that one that Arneson,
Blackmore?
yeah, Blackmore. So they came out and it's like, oh, there's a world outside the dungeon we could play in too. I forgot about that. He does say things to remember is it's okay to make mistakes. You have to find your way in the game, and above all else, have fun. And the real thing I want to talk about is that he's announces that he's leaving TSR. So Zeb Cook is no longer to be with TSR after this. The rats are escaping the ship, as we used to say.
He uses his first quest, also announce his last quest.
Yeah, and he says it's a nice bookend to his journey in the thing. He's getting too old for all these young whippersnappers at TSR, he pretty much says. And he's going to a computer game company. And this, I think last week I mentioned about CD-ROMs. This new computer game company has a new technology. It's called CD-ROMs, and he's very excited about it. So he's like, I know nothing, but I'll be learning quick, and it'll be fun times. So I'm curious if that's
Interactive Studios. I don't know. I don't know.
Who knows? Place. It could have, could be make a lot of games that we just didn't know the name of, or it could be just a flash in the pan that goes bust pretty fast. But anyways, I just thought it was funny the first mention of CD-ROMs is right here. So there you go. Zeb Cook is done with TSR. He's out of there.
All right, Jack.
Where's me? Okay, we're gonna go to 94 if my handwriting is legible.
Essential Villains.
Essential Villains. Yes,
that's good. I'm glad you took this one because I was going to do this one too.
This is. There's a section here of a couple articles that are all for like a superhero genre, and yes, this was written specifically for like almost comic booky supervillains. That's great, and if you're looking for supervillains, great. But I think with very little effort, you could wipe away the veneer of the supervillain-esque bits. Because when you look at all of the roles that they have here for like the villains, the archetype of them, and how they get statted, it could go into any game, right from fantasy to anything. Like a visionary villain who's like a kind of a world builder, like a can work in any setting, and you can have like just the thrill seeker who is just doing it for the lulz in any setting. So it was a nice breakdown of the types and how to build a good villain for your players to really learn to hate.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a very handy article if you're just looking to make a recurring enemy for your group. You know, I didn't do that very often in my campaigns, and I think I should have in retrospect after reading this. But I do find nowadays there's a lot of emphasis on what they call the BBEG now in the D&D, and this article would work great for these new players in designing their big bad evil guys at the end of the game or recurring villains and such. So it's like you said, it's coded as James Bond-esque, sci-fi-esque bad guys only, but you could definitely genericize it so it'll fit in any campaign setting in a sense, you know what I'm saying? It's not hard to create.
It's easy to switch powers to technology or magic, so.
Yeah. So I do think it was a good article in that sense.
Good Chris Avalone.
Do you have any more articles, Rob?
No, I'm actually done. I respect Pat's authority.
I am actually done also because Jack stole all mine.
Really?
Jack, do you have any more articles?
Do you have any more articles, Jack? Because we are.
That'd be the one day that Jack has more than all of us.
No, I did my contractually obligated.
All right. Well, then let's move on to ads. Then this will be a nice crisp episode. Uh, let's go with Jack.
Probably smart.
Okay.
I got 3 ads.
I got 3 ads too, but I feel like
Some of these are going to overlap. I
two of
guarantee.
the ads are definitely gonna be over.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. My computer is telling me it's going to restart in 4 minutes, and it's not letting me stop. So thank you, Windows 10, you piece of garbage.
Tell us
Everything
how you really
Windows
feel.
is well, I think everyone who involved with Windows now should be taken into cattle cars to a secret location.
That might
And
be a
let
little
their
too
ash-
close to the truth, Jack. I don't think you should be saying those things.
Well, you got 4 minutes, so get us to your ad.
Okay, 35, please.
35.
This is a brilliant idea. I never saw them. I don't know what they are, how they,
I did see them and I didn't like them. But
but Dungeons and Dragons eventually, second edition was not bad. Second edition was the perfect sweet spot for crunchiness to role playing. But rather than having one or two players manuals being passed around, oh, I need to see this, I need to see that, or like a player's screen with your
Basic information, everything you need.
basic information where you could have it there, something that would have, everyone plays a bit different, and the things that they prioritize might not be everything, but you could hang your own notes and stuff like that, as a way to streamline and stop the nonsense, like just the distraction. I thought it was a brilliant idea. I never saw one. It
No.
says the priest coming next.
There's Priest, Thief, and Wizards coming, yeah.
yeah, we had them in our group and we kind of stopped using them only because it became a table full of screens.
Yeah.
I can see that. It's either a table full of books and
I don't think I've,
nonsense
you know what?
and-
I don't think how I've played at a table way less than I played just laying on couches. So for me, it would be more like it's just next to me on the couch that I can just pick up and look at.
Yeah, I mean, I think a screen, it's not a bad idea, honestly, but I think at this point now there's a lot of word processing going on, so you could make your own.
Yeah, of course. This is just a. It's like anything. It's like buying character sheets. You don't need to buy character sheets, but they offer them. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I 100%. I always found, because I need the thieves table. I need
The pick
everything
locks
that you
table.
need
Yeah.
right there. And if you can avoid, hang on, I got to look this up.
Or having like your player's handbook have like tons of tabs on it to try to know where everything is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's useful as just a quick, like, I love cheat sheets. Like it's a cheat sheet, really. I don't consider it like a screen, like a DM screen. I consider it more of a cheat sheet where you could just look at the basic rules and probably has like THACO and shit on it. So
Yeah.
was THACO in version 2? I always forget.
Yes, that goes.
Yes, unfortunately.
I love THACO. Fuck off.
I love too. I do too. All right, Rob, what do you got?
Let's go to page 17.
Yeah, that's one of mine.
Yeah. The Dark. This is one of my favorite expansions for Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
And it's I always love how they have the pictures, but they refuse to put the text. It's like, really? It's what somebody's going to cut it out of the magazine and stick it to a card? Like, what the fuck? But yeah, this is one of the first expansions. Not the first, but one of the first expansions for Wizards of the Coast. Full page ad. Lots of Magic ads in this magazine. Lots and lots of Magic ads.
I think this is where Magic really takes off. I mean, it was popular, but I think the Dark is where it really takes off, because I seem to remember Dark selling out almost everywhere.
I'm pretty sure this is where we started, was the Dark. Like, this is the first expansion I think we could buy the actual boosters for. I think.
Yeah, and this
Maybe
really,
artifacts?
it was very popular. I mean, I still have a Merfolk deck, and my Merfolk deck contains a lot of Dark cards because there were a lot of Merfolk in the Dark expansion.
I was always a black and white player, so like the Dark was especially good for black players.
I was the Benetton of Magic players. I played all colors.
Oh,
I themed them though, so
Jack was obviously green.
That's why I liked all the colors because you could theme them.
Oh, I themed it too. I had like a Angels and Demon deck, and Jack is obviously green because Jack is the green man. So, yeah,
I was
much
green
more to
and
say.
red and blue.
Yeah, lots of Magic ads in this magazine because Magic is blowing up. It is the
killing
Magic
it.
time. Yep,
And
'94
the
was
dark.
the beginning.
Nuts. All right. Well, then let's go. Since we're talking about Magic, let's go to page 49.
This is my other one too.
Yep. Jihad.
Yep.
The vampire magic is coming.
Yep, from Wizard of the Coast too, which is pretty amazing. But we definitely played a shit ton of this too. So
We did. We played a lot of Magic and we played a lot of Jihad because we loved the vampire.
yeah,
And
we didn't love the vampire
use-
so much, but the since the aesthetic was so cool and the game system is exactly the same as Magic the Gathering, it was pretty easy to get into.
Yeah. Well, this turned into a cross tool for me, like because you had to have those blood markers for Jihad, and those just turned into my life counters for Magic.
Yep, for
So
sure.
I had red light counters for Magic. I know they were green. I think I got.
I think
green
everybody had those bag full of little
stones.
blood
Yeah.
stones. Yep.
I think I made mine green though. Everyone had red. I just.
I wonder what
fucking
ever
made
happened to
green.
my. I have no clue where any of my decks. Like I know my Magic cards I sold, but I have no clue
Oh,
where
my
the other
when I
games.
sold all my Magic cards, I threw the Jihad decks in for free.
Because there's like tons of. We had so
Just
many
get rid of
different
them.
ones. We had so many. I just don't know where they went. They just got lost to the ages.
Everyone moves, and every time stuff just seems
Disappears.
to
Yeah,
disappear.
for sure.
All right, Jack, got another one?
No.
All right, Rob, what do you got?
Page 25. Once again, we're just talking BattleTech. This is the hardback new revised edition for '94. I love how they never give like it's not version 3 or version whatever because BattleTech doesn't change. There is no versions. It's the same game. It's just slightly probably this format is slightly better and maybe cleaned up some of the rules, but it's not
also
a different
telling
game.
you that the animated series is coming.
Oh yeah, the animated series. What a sad state of affairs that was. It was they thought CGI is there and it was not.
I definitely like this thing-esque screenshot of the
or
the mech.
or aliens were the shiny behind them. Yeah, that is a Mad Cat. But yeah, I love how BattleTech just hasn't changed to this day. It has not changed. There is no version 6 rules of BattleTech. It is BattleTech, and it's the beauty of the pureness of it. It's a terrible game. Like I would suggest anyone play it. I love it,
love
but
it. even the old crunchy version, I still love it. But it's not a game that you could just sit down and be like, "Hey, let's play a game of BattleTech."
that's
ever
what
gonna
Alpha
be a
Strike's for.
conversation.
Yeah, no.
I mean, unless it's Alpha Strike, let's play a game of Alpha Strike, sure. But a game of full blown BattleTech, that's something you got to commit.
That's an afternoon to play like one set of.
Well, that's a commitment.
guys.
You guys got to look at calendars. You got to make sure you have enough time. You got to
Book off,
arrange babysitting. You might even have to arrange,
Overnight
visitation rates.
Just the pre-gaming of it. Like there's 17, maybe even up to 20 different BattleTech mechs. So like you gotta figure out which one you're gonna take and.
You got to figure out your weight and your battle values. Oh my god, that's too much. I don't even like thinking about it anymore.
up to 17 mechs.
All right,
There's the Marauder, the Hunchback, and the one with the rockets.
There's the Notre Dame.
There's only a few.
All right, my last ad is on page 111.
Easy peasy. Oh, it's one of these ones.
As I'm scrolling through these ads, something caught my eye, and I just couldn't figure it out. And it's right on the right-hand side, and it says the adult gamer.
I saw that. That caught my eye.
For the adult gamer. I'm like, what the hell is this? And just like anything else, it doesn't tell you what it's for. It just tells you these are adult game aids. Okay, great. Tag what?
Is it actual tag? Is it new tag?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand. So I'm curious as to what the adult aids for the adult gamers are. Yeah,
Trinidad, California.
So I don't I'm
Oh, it's like a magazine because it's got 3 issues, $5.99, 25%
yeah.
off. It's like a
And oh, that's the tag is the adult gamer.
The
that
adult
must be
gamer.
the magazine.
Yeah.
It's called the Adult Gamer. Yeah, interesting.
So,
And if anybody knows anything about this, let us know. If it
but it
ever
says that so you're not a kid anymore. Here you go. They read tag. Is this like the penthouse of gaming?
ooh,
Is there like a forum section?
if anybody has links, please.
Yeah.
That'll be
I
our
don't
next.
know.
After we finish Dragon, we'll do a tag podcast.
Is this
Yes.
was this
Patreon
drag-
only.
was this was this magazine born of late night Gen Con?
Or is it just, hey, if we can, we need to make a magazine, and if we want to distinguish ourselves, we can say, hey,
It's not for kids.
for not for kids.
it's not for kids, and that way you don't have to have parenting groups wondering why there's a navel being shown on the cover, or there's a devil used as a bad guy.
It's nothing but Frenzette art and Vallejo art.
Lots of ankles.
So, do you have any more ads, Rob?
No, I'm done. That's it.
Oh, that's it.
We
Well,
good.
there you go. That's
See,
it
Jack,
for
that's how it's supposed to be
207.
done. Jack.
That is what I signed up for. That was good. I think the audience will appreciate the brevity.
Brevity. All right. Well, like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let us know if you have a tag magazine. I'm sure one of us will probably try and look for it. Not anytime soon, but one day when you're sitting at the computer board, hey, tag. I wonder if I can find a tag.
Rob's got one in his room somewhere.
I'm sure he does. It's probably underneath his bed, in between the mattress and the box springs.
Mm.
I can't actually get to them. There's drawers under my bed, but I can't get to them because there's a bookshelf in the way now. So
It's probably in that drawer.
I have no clue what's
all
in the
right.
other. I can access sort of this one drawer, but the other drawer, no idea what's in there.
Nothing. Okay.
A bunch of decks of cards, apparently.
Could be.
Yep. All right. Well, then let's wrap this up. Call it a day.
It's a day.
All right. Well, for the Dragon's Tome, I've been your host, Chopper.
I'm Jack.
You checked off this episode as a final. I'm Rob.
And we will see you next week for episode 208 of the Dragon Magazine.
Very special episode.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.